In this video, we're going to take a look at how to model and create a drawing of the object in drawing number 1 for activity 1.2.4 Fundamentals of Dimensioning. Here we're going to start off by creating a new folder, and this one we'll name by the activity 1.2.4 Fundamentals of Dimensioning. Once the folder is created, I'm going to go ahead and click on it to go into the folder, and I'm going to create a new Onshape document. This is going to be called Drawing 1, since that's kind of the object name that they've given us. I'm going to click Create. Here I'm going to go ahead and create a sketch on the front plane, and we're going to hide all those other principal work planes and go normal to the sketch plane. I'm going to go ahead and select the center point rectangle using the origin as the center, and then go ahead and drawing out. So when I'm looking at the grid, the height of this is going to be 2.5. The width of this is going to be 3.5. And once we have this kind of set up, I'm going to go ahead and hit the green check mark. I'm going to set this in isometric view, and I'm going to go ahead and extrude this shape. I'm going to flip the direction, and we're going to go to a 1-inch thickness, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit the green check mark. So there's our main body of our part. We've got 2 holes that are going to go through in this part. I'm going to go ahead and start with the one on the top. I'm going to click the sketch menu and click the top of the block. I'm going to go ahead and press in to make it normal. And for this case, we're just going to go ahead and utilize a regular circle, so a center point circle. And I'm going to go ahead and click and place it right here in the middle. Now the diameter of this is going to be 0.5. And as I take a look, I also need to add, and this is still blue, I need to add some dimensions to locate this. So from the left side, I need to the center. This needs to be 0.75. And then from the front edge or the back edge to the center needs to be at 0.5 even. And I'm going to go ahead and finish the sketch now that it's fully constrained. Placing it into isometric view, I'm going to extrude, select the circle, select the remove option, and change it to through all, so that way it goes all the way through the part. If I rotate around using my right mouse button, I can see where that hole goes all the way through. Right click, select isometric to put it back into view. I'm going to go ahead and create another sketch on the front face. Press the N key to turn us normal. And then I can go ahead and create another circle. I'm going to stay off of the origin. And the diameter of this circle is, as I kind of take a look at my grid here, ends up being about 1.5. And then from the center, so my next dimensions that I need is I'm going to go ahead and dimension from the center to this side. It's going to be 1.5. From the bottom to the center, it's going to be at 1 inch. And I can go ahead and now finish my sketch, place into the isometric view, extrude, selecting the shape, going to a remove, through all, and clicking the green check mark. So here's our object. I can go ahead and hide the origin. Here's our object. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the default appearance. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and right click, or we can also select plus and say create drawing. So we're going to use an A-size title block. I'm going to go ahead and put in the 4, and here it says the drawing is going to would automatically, notice it's not going to let me select that. If I hit cancel, I'm going to have to actually go up here to part 1, right click and say create drawing. Now it gives me the option to select the 4 views utilizing the A-size title block. So I'm going to go ahead and select OK. This looks pretty good as far as setting up views. I'm going to go ahead and right click on this one and say show the shaded view. That looks good. I'm going to hold control and select all three of the principal views, top, front, right side. Show, hide the hidden lines. So that way we can see those. Notice how the right side view is not included on the drawing, so I don't think we're going to need that one. We can go ahead and delete it. And we do need a center line right here in between these. So I'm going to choose the edge to edge center line. Click on that edge, and then notice how it puts a center line right there in the middle. Same thing down here on our front view. Click, and we can place that center line just like how we see on our drawing. As far as the drawing itself, now we just need to dimension it properly. So I'm going to go up here and grab the dimension tool. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and grab the width of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the corners. And as I place, so notice how I'm outside. I can do it like this, but I'm going to go ahead and place a little bit of a view like right about there. So we need the width. We need the height. So this is following dimensioning guidelines here. I'm going to leave a little bit of room for later. And then we need the depth. And I can go ahead and place those in. Some other things that I'm going to need are going to be, as I zoom in, are going to be like, let's say, from the edge to the center, we need to know how far this hole is. We need to know how far along the depth that this is. Again, you can kind of see some of the measurements as you move around. We may have to make a few little adjustments. I think it'd be good to place it there. We may have to pull this down just a little bit. We'll grab that later. We also need to grab the outside edge of the circle to place the diameter. I'm going to do the same thing for the front view. Click the bottom, click the center. We need a 1-inch measurement here. We need to know how far from the right side to the center mark. And we probably need to try to place a diameter measurement someplace where we're not going to interfere with any of the other dimensions. I'm going to go ahead and hit escape on the dimension tool. I can drag this one just a little bit in closer, and I can always adjust these too. So that's the other benefit of utilizing those. I can also move the dimension to be to the other side if I need to. So this right here will finish out our drawing for the object, and we have all the proper dimensions as well as views needed to fully and properly dimension this particular object. Take a look at the next video. We'll look at drawing number 2 and go through the same process, modeling as well as dimensioning the drawing, just like how we've done in this video.